Hey yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Tylarious, aka Ty Killington. Yeah. All right, here we are. We are doing a complete full performance review on the brand new Grotti Turismo Classic. This car is straight Gucci. Oh my God. I want to do something a little bit different at the very beginning. So full disclosure, yes, this is a 10-minute video. All right, but it's jam-packed with legit content. But I want to do something a little bit different. I'm showing the car off at the beginning here. It's just a beautiful car. I love it. And I've added some customization into this. I added some video footage of me customizing the car as well, because I think that's important, because I want you guys to see the options as well. So if you want to, the performance starts at 3 minutes 43 seconds. If you want to skip ahead to that, please go ahead and do that. But if you'd like to see what the customizable options are, just stick with us, okay? Because it really does have a lot to do with this vehicle. It's a really, really nice car, right? So no further ado, go ahead and get started. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for the illest and realest content in the game. Make sure you smash that like button. Hell yeah. I was up earlier this morning. I did a complete, full spending spree on it. Checked it out, drove it. It is not broken. The car is not broken. It can take left-hand turns. Now, I do my testing against the Sterling GT and the Infernus Classic, and both those cars are broken, okay? Now, this is the deal. This is what we have in the game, so it's what we have to use, correct? And so you might as well go ahead and test with what you got. I know that sucks. I kind of struggled with that, but those are some of the top performing cars, even though they're broke. Hell, the Sterling GT is the top sports classic vehicle for the longest time, and it is a broken vehicle. Okay, so we have to test with what we got, with what we have. Some say the Sterling GT is broke. Some say it's not. I mean, I've done testing with it. It is a little suspect, but once again, it is the top car in the sports classic class. So I'm going to test it with it. Okay. So right now we're going across some of the customizable options. We just went through the bumpers. This car has a lot of good customizable features. It really does, and it sets the car apart. I love this vehicle. It primarily has the body design of a Ferrari. I believe it's what a F40. I believe is what some people were saying. I think that's correct. I do believe it's a cross between a Ferrari. And I see a lot of an Acura NSX in this. Maybe it's just like the spoiler feature. But it does kind of remind me of an Acura NSX thrown together with a Ferrari too. So it looks really, really good. I mean, this is probably my favorite of the 4 cars that came out with the special vehicle DLC, the special vehicle stunts DLC. Excuse me. You have the ProGen GP1, you have the Hijack Rustin, you have the Infernus Classic, and you have the Turismo Classic, this guy right here. And now we're going through some of the side skirts. Really, I mean, some of the features are just like different colors, secondary, primary. As you notice with the hood, the secondary color with the mirrors would be added or taken away depending on what hood you went with, which is really cool. And I love this car. This is a great car. This is now turning out to be one of my favorite cars in the game. Sounds great. A lot of good features on there. I mean, if you're probably one of the best looking cars without a spoiler in the game as well. I feel this car and the Elegy RH8 are some of the best looking cars without a spoiler. But you need to get that traction. If you notice in the on the traction bar down below, if you take that spoiler off, you will lose traction, so that will hurt you in races and in performance overall, as you see it right there. So keep that in mind. This car does not have, I do not believe it has downforce, so it's just the spoiler option. And here we go. Now we're getting into the performance right here. This is a top line or top speed straight line test. I'm going up against the Infernus Classic. This is one thing that you can test the Infernus on, is the top line speed. I do not think the tire being messed up. The right tire is what is the problem with a lot of these cars. The right tire is damaged in the coding of the game, and when you take a left-hand turn, it kind of acts like the tire is popped or flat, so you'll spin out, I guess, or a little bit or whatever. And it really does do that, and you'll see in some of my testing a little bit later on that it does have an issue with that. Now, these cars are, at the very beginning, are very, very close together. Towards the middle of the track, though, you do see the Turismo Classic start to pull away, and it continuously pulls on it. It is a very, very fast car acceleration and very, very fast car top line speed. And there's no way around that. And as you see right here in this next mile checkpoint, the Infernus just can't keep up with it. There's no way. It's done. The Turismo Classic has it. It's just a very, very fast car. However, the Turismo or the Infernus is competitive. It is still competitive. It's not. I mean, well, I say that, but you just have to kind of take it for your own, your own point of view there. And we'll see here coming up at the end what the actual time is. Now, this is a 5 mile course. All right, the checkpoints are set up in quarter mile, half mile, 3/4 mile, and 1 mile, and then 1 mile increments after that. As you see, the Turismo got a 1 minute 22 second .557. The Inferno's got a 1 minute 24 second .593. So roughly 2 seconds faster. The Turismo Classic is 2 seconds faster than the Infernus Classic in a top line speed test, or a straight line top speed test. Excuse me. I don't know why I was jumbling those up. But anyways, that's what that is right there. So, and then I wanted to bring into perspective the Sterling GT right here. And so I'm just showing the very end of it. I didn't want to eat up a whole bunch of time. I know this is already a 10-minute video. I get it. I know. But you guys know what the deal is. You know how it works. The Sterling GT came in at a, what do we got here? A 1 minute and 27 second .495. So that's pretty substantial right there. The Infernus and the Turismo are both faster than the Sterling GT in a straight line top speed. But you'll see here going up next what I have. The Sterling GT, even though some say it's broken, is still the top car around a track, around a circuit. And now we're testing that right now. We're testing to see if the Sterling GT can, or if the Turismo can hold up with the Sterling GT. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, the Sterling GT is also one of my favorite cars in the game. I love the way it drives. Probably, in my opinion, the best sounding car in the game. However, the Turismo Classic is just unbelievable to drive. This car is not broken. The Turismo Classic is so it's a rear wheel drive car, okay, but it feels like it's an all wheel drive car the way it handles these turns. And as you see right now, after the first lap, it is already pulling on the Sterling GT. This car, the accelerate, that's the big thing the Sterling GT had with it, is the acceleration. It could get in and out of those corners very, very quick and very fast. And it can pull on a lot of the other sports classic cars in the game and leave it behind. Now remember, the Z-Type is still the fastest car in a straight line, but it is garbage around a track. It's garbage around a circuit. So the Z-Type still is king around or for a straight line speed test. On my testing, I pulled out a 1 minute 19 second, which is extremely fast. That's like top, for the longest time, the Z-Type was the fastest car in the game. And I've got other videos on that previously. I just want to put it in this. I didn't feel that it was relevant with the newer cars out. But the Z-Type is nasty fast. It's just not good around a track. The Infernus and the Sterling GT and the Turismo Classic are going to be your top cars on a track. However, if you do not have a Turismo in a sports classic race, you will not be competitive. The Sterling GT has been completely dethroned, right? Now, because this car is... because the Sterling GT, with some people's opinions, is broken. If Rockstar decides to fix it, then we'll have to retest, because then we won't know. All right, we won't know if the car is actually broken or not, or if it's going to be any quicker around a circuit, or if it affects the top line speed as well. But as of right now, with what we have in the game, all we have is what we can work with in the game, and that is broken cars and non-broken cars, right? So you still have to test with what it is, okay? Because honestly, the Sterling GT was still the fastest car around a track for the longest time, ever since it came out. And now it is going to be, it looks like the Turismo Classic, with my testing anyways, is definitely dethroned this car. It beats it by a whole, I mean, probably close to about a half a lap. Then as you see right here, the Turismo Classic pulls in a 2 minute 31 second .684. And then the Sterling GT pulls in a 2 minute 38 second .324. So you have a 2 minute 31.684, a 2 minute 38.324. That's a 6.5 second difference right there. That is insane. That's a lot of time right there. That is a substantial amount of time. And the Turismo Classic best lap was 29 seconds .562. The Sterling GT was 30.699. All right, so I wanted to add per a little bit of a perspective what the Infernus was around the track. This is just the very, very last lap, and you'll see on here. I have to baby this track on left turns baby this car around the track on left-hand turns because it does want to kick out. And you'll see I got some tire marks up here on this track, and it does want to spin out a little bit. Right there, I had to kind of reel it back in a little bit, and that is because this car is broken. So I didn't want to put it up against the Turismo Classic on the track because it's not that good around a track. As you'll see right here, the time I pull in, this time for the Infernus Classic around the track is basically what the Z-Type brings in. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this helps out. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for the illest reels content in the game. Make sure you smash, smash that like button and stay dangerous.